What's going on, guys? It's your boy Scrub here, back again with another video. Hope you guys are having a great day. I know I am. And if you are, be sure to press the like button. Otherwise, no joke, no scam. You will actually get punched by an angry soccer mom next time you go out. Yeah, that's right. You might be trying to escape quarantine, but if you don't press the like button, then an angry soccer mom's gonna make your face her punching bag, and that's not very fun. Real talk though, guys, last time I made a story about a douchey rich kid, it did really well. You guys really liked it. And I have another one about a douchey rich kid that I went to school with that, you know, just definitely had major douche vibes. I've said douche so much that it doesn't even feel like a real word anymore, I'm telling you. Regardless, guys, it's a story about a spoiled rich kid who literally freaked out and like tried to break somebody's arm over some Pokemon cards. Just some light psychopathic stuff to enjoy your day with. So, yeah, it should be pretty entertaining. Like I said, press the like button, comment something dumb if you want, and without further ado, let's get into it. Honestly, I got that intro on Fiverr. I just thought it looked really cool and I wanted a reason to put it in a video, so I'm using it today. Real talk though, elementary school is kind of a weird time because not everybody is aware of the world on the same scale. Like, you have some kids that definitely are aware of the fact that the economy is crashing because dad keeps crying and pulling his hair out. And you've got some kids that are pretty sure that there's a poopy fairy that comes and gives them quarters every time they make a big boy stinky in the potty. Like, there's just a wide range of maturity in elementary school. I wouldn't say that I was a bad kid or anything, but I definitely wasn't a good kid either. Like, I did kind of start an accidental gambling fight club ring with Beyblades in the bathroom one time, but like, other than that, I was a pretty good kid. And there was this one day a year at the end of the year called like Toy Day at our elementary school, and you could basically bring any toy that you wanted. And the rule was you could only bring like one toy, but the teachers were pretty lax on the rules. And at the time, I think this was like 3rd or 4th grade, everybody was obsessed with Pokemon. Pokemon Diamond had just come out. I know that makes me old, but like, everybody was playing it, everybody had cards, and we had asked our teacher, and she had told us that our entire binder of Pokemon cards, if you had one, counted as one toy. So obviously, in the anticipation of leading up to Toy Day, everybody is getting hyped, you know, talking about all the Pokemon battles we're gonna do. We had, like, made a little system in our classroom that had gym leaders and stuff that had to, you know, you had to beat them, and if you did that, you got to the Elite Four. It was gonna be sick. We were gonna have a whole Pokemon RPG day in elementary school and have ourselves a great time. There was one kid in our class, though, that I'm gonna nickname, I don't know, Clevin, because that's just what I name douchey rich kids in my videos. And we would always talk about Pokemon on the playground and stuff because it was just the it thing. And Clevin was this rich kid that had gotten an Action Replay DS, which for anybody that knows what it is, they know why that's a douchey thing. But basically, it's this thing that lets you cheat in Pokemon. And I don't really care if you cheat in Pokemon. If you want to level up to level 100 and get every legendary, good for you, do it. I don't care. But he would cheat with this thing and then brag to us as if he wasn't cheating. And he would just be like, yeah, if you know, are stupid and you can't figure it out, then you can't get this Pokemon in this game. But I was smart enough to figure out the secret way to get it. So you guys are just idiots. And you know, we would call him out and be like, nope, it's literally impossible to get that Pokemon in your game. You're cheating. And so he was just this kid who would flex all this stuff that he had all the time because his mom and dad would just buy him whatever he wanted. And he was very annoying. And we had made it very clear that he was not allowed in our Pokemon game, and it was gonna happen outside, so we were just gonna be able to avoid him and dodge him, and everything would have been chill. But the day of Toy Day comes, and sure enough, there's 6 days a year where it ever rains in Las Vegas, and this just happens to be one of the days. But everybody had already come with all their toys, so they just decided to move it inside, and you just had to play in your classroom, which wasn't bad because our Pokemon game was with everybody in class anyways. But what it did mean is that Clevin was now aware of the fact that there was going to be a Pokemon game, because when you're doing gym battles and stuff, it's impossible to stay quiet, okay? Everybody knows that Pokemon battles are 100% loud. But whatever, the entire day, it's near the end of the school year, you're just kind of goofing off and playing with toys, and it starts fair enough. We're doing our Pokemon battles, we're doing our thing, and about after an hour, I think I had beaten 2 Pokemon gyms in our game, Clevin Clevin walks over from like hanging out with the teacher because he was one of those weird kids that hung out with the adults and like talked about the stock market with them when we were in 3rd grade. And he's like, I'm playing now, you know, and gets all bossy and is like, I'm playing and there's nothing you can do about it. And if you don't let me, I'm going to tell the teacher. So all of us are kind of like, whatever. We don't really like you a ton, but we're in a pretty good mood because we're playing with toys at school. So obviously we're like, whatever, as long as you're cool, we don't care. And he doesn't even make it through like one Pokemon battle before just absolutely losing his mind and forgetting the one rule, which was stay cool, bro. I'm just vibing, doing my thing with my Pokemon squad, and all I hear from like across the classroom is, oh my god, that's no fair, in like a very whiny voice. So I immediately know that it's Clevin because the only person that would scream it's not fair like that is him. I hate when people say that, like they'll lose. Well, that's not fair. Yeah, sorry kid, life's not fair. Believe it or not, sometimes people are better than you at things, and that's just life. You don't see me crying out here if like I tried to swim race Michael Phelps and got beaten. I'm like, that's not fair, you've had more practice. Yeah, exactly. That's why he's better at it than you. If you lose at a Pokemon battle because somebody used like a really powerful move, it doesn't make it not fair. That means that you need to get better at battling with your Pokemon. I'm just saying. Regardless, I go over there as one of the people that has like organized the games and try to calm it down before our teacher freaks out. Like the class was pretty loud, but then again, screeching kids being like, that's no fair, are just supersonic hearing for teachers' ears. So I go over there to try to calm down. So like I walk over there, Clevin, you know, what's wrong, man? And he's like, he's cheating. He's cheating. He's using electric Pokemon against me, and I only brought my water type cards today, so it's cheating. And I'm like, well, that's not cheating. That's just called you weren't prepared, man. I don't know what to tell you. And he's like, well, then you have to give me your cards so I can beat him. And, you know, I just kind of look at him and I'm like, well, I'm using my cards because I'm playing the game too. You can't use mine. Sorry, if all you brought is water Pokemon, that's on you. Go play against somebody else. He's just the electric gym dude. Like, sorry, nothing you can do about it. Because in Pokemon, electric Pokemon, like, do better against water Pokemon because water is a conductor of electricity. So that makes him very upset, and he decides that that's not enough. And he looks at me and he's like, you have to give me your Pokemon cards, otherwise I'm gonna tell and get this game shut down. So I'm not really afraid of him, and I'm like, alright, go for it. He might be a teacher's pet, but everybody else is playing. I highly doubt the teacher's gonna do it. And so when I tell him no, like I'm still not gonna give him my cards, his face kind of changes. I think he was hoping that the threat would just work, because what comes next is just like some pure desperation, if we're being honest. He looks at me and he's like, I will get you in trouble, you know, with that threatening voice. Like, remember the dude from iCarly that was screaming, you're gonna rue the day? I think his name was like Neville, maybe? I think, hopefully. Anyways, that dude who's like, you're gonna rue the day, he's giving me that look, and he basically is like, you need to give me them now, and gets all angry and like pushes me, which I mean is not gonna get you what you want. I don't know if any of you guys have tried this before, but go ask somebody for something that they don't have to give you, and then shove them after they do it, and be like, hey man, listen, I need a favor, can you do me a solid? And then just punch them in the face, and I guarantee you they're probably not gonna do the favor. So he like shoves me and I push him back, and this kid just starts crying, like bursts into tears. And this is enough to draw the attention of the teacher over. And like, this kid was a teacher's pet to everybody, but I almost think our teacher at this point was like kind of sick of it, you know? You know when you can tell that somebody is just like sucking up to you because they want something and not because they actually just care about you? That's what this kid was. Like, I feel like our teacher wasn't stupid enough to get manipulated by a child, or at least I hope so, because she walks over and is like, what's going on here? And he starts doing that thing that kids do where they try to talk like while they're crying, and then he pushed me, like that thing, you know? And so she's saying that I pushed him and all this stuff, or he's saying that. And so the teacher looks at me and she's like, what happened? Because I'm calm. So I basically say, like, we're playing a game during Toy Day, yada, 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 and he was losing at the game, and he got mad at me, and so he asked me to give him my toy so he could play, and I said no, and he pushed me, so I pushed him back, and she's like, is that true? And he's like, well, I only pushed him because he wouldn't share, and sharing is important. Let's not forget that, like, you told us that sharing is really important, and sharing is really cool, just doing that thing, trying to, like, reason with this teacher for no reason. I really don't understand what his plan was. Like, even if the teacher gets mad, what? She's not gonna make you give me my toys. because even if she gets mad, she can't make me give you my property. Like, now, Ryan, please give him the thing that you don't want to give to him. Even if I get in trouble, you're still not vibing with us. So, whatever. The teacher is like, is this game fair? She asks me to explain why it's not fair. So I tell her the same thing about like, well, electricity spreads in water, so water is worse against electricity, which makes sense. And she likes that. She's like, see, that's a very scientific answer or whatever. Pokemon has science, trying to do one of those things where they make like school cool. And at this point, the spoiled rich kid can like just tell that, you know, he's not winning. So he just like stomps his feet. He's like, I need a card now. And like gets all demanding and just immediately stops crying, which is how you know that he could cry on command, which is like low-key a pretty sick skill, is because as soon as the teacher, you know, wasn't giving into it, he like just quit. So the teacher is like, well, that's not the right way you ask. You have to ask nicely. Ask Ryan nicely if you can have his cards. So he looks at me. He's like, can I please have your cards? And I just say, no. And the teacher's like, well, then I guess you can't have them. And the kid starts screaming. He's like up in my face screaming that I have to share. And he's looking at the teacher and calling her a moron because she's not making me share, which like, once again, does not seem like how you get what you want in this situation. And the teacher, like, bless her heart, is the most OG savage ever. She looks at him and is like, do you really think that I'm a moron? And the kid is like, yes, you're an idiot. And she goes, well, a moron wouldn't be able to make anyone share, and since I'm such a moron, why don't you go to another one of the classes today and finish playing with your toys, okay? Go to blah, 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 and she says a teacher's class. And the kid is just sitting there flabbergasted, and he's like, you want me to leave the class? And she's like, yes. Since you think it's okay to talk to your teacher like that, how about you go to another teacher and try again? And he's like, I don't want to get out of the class. And the teacher is, you know, no, I don't care. You've been mean to me. You've been mean to Ryan. You owe him an apology, and then you're going to go to the other class. And he's like, no, I'm sorry. Please don't make me leave. And our teacher is, you know, I don't care. Get your toy and go to another class. So the kid is like distraught. He's pissed at me. He's giving me this look that definitely makes me think that I shouldn't come to school tomorrow. But he left, and the teacher basically let us go back to our Pokemon game. So even though we were trying to avoid him being a spoiled brat and not being able to enjoy anything fun, low-key worked out and got him kicked out anyways. But yeah, that's gonna do it for a douchey spoiled rich kid freaking out over some Pokemon cards. Nothing too crazy for sure, but it's a story. Today's notification shout out goes to Mumsy Games. Big thank you for having on notifications. I really do appreciate it. If you want a notification shout out, turn it on. Send a screenshot to my Instagram at Scrubby, Twitter at Scrubby_69. Check out some of the new OG Sub Club merch in the store. And don't get anyone pregnant. If you do, make sure they're hot. Hopefully I'll see you guys next time with another video. I'm out. Peace.